They were the only team who came in with 100 plus crores into the auction, and they did a lot of buying, as you would when you have so much money. You got to spend it all. Can't take it back home with you, can you? And they bought well. They had the second highest or the second most expensive buy, which was Shreyas Iyer after Rishabh Pant. So there was Shreyas Iyer there, and then they just went because they'd only retained two players, Prabhsimran and Shashank. So they needed to build their batting, their bowling, their all-rounders. They've bought a lot of players, Joy, and some very good ones.
Yeah, I think for me, their bowling unit looks a pretty decent set unit. I really like the bowling unit they have. Their batting has there's lots of promise, but, I'm not seeing it to be, it could fire very well, but, that's where I see their weaknesses. That their opening batting, and they've never in the last 2 to 3, 4, 5 years, before KL Rahul and Shikhar Dhawan were a fixture, they've never had, either KL Rahul or Shikhar Dhawan was a fixture, they've not had a stable opening bat pair.
Yeah.
And I don't see that here either.
So the opening duo for you, Harsha, the opening pair? Would you go with this? I know that you're not extremely happy with Stoinis.
It doesn't matter who you pick because the new headquarters of the Australia-India Trade Council are going to be based in Chandigarh. Xavier Bartlett, Aaron Hardy, Josh Inglis, Marcus Stoinis, Glenn Maxwell, they're everywhere. So, Australia, India coming closer, so you can understand that. But yeah,
I know there's a lot of direct flights from Punjab to the UK.
Yeah.
But time we start them to Australia as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Chandigarh, Melbourne. I like the look of that. Shreyas Iyer, your captain, Harsha?
Sorry?
Shreyas Iyer, your captain?
Yeah, they picked him as captain. If he wasn't captain, he would not have got that kind of premium.
Yeah.
So he's definitely in the side as a captain. Who's opening? Who's batting? Where what they've done is they put all the ingredients together. I don't know if there's 11 that forms itself automatically. As I look at this, they've got all the ingredients. It's like you're going on MasterChef and saying, "Here are all the ingredients. Now fashion a dish out of this."
This is the dish that our team has fashioned.
Yeah. Let's have a look again. Yeah.
The 12 that our team has picked. Prabhsimran and Stoinis to open. That's Shreyas Iyer, the captain. Josh Inglis. Can Josh Inglis open as well? Sorry, that was Josh Philippe who used to open.
He can, of course he can.
The other wicketkeeper. But I don't think there's any player in modern day T20 cricket who will say no to the opening gig. Glenn Maxwell, Shashank Singh, Marco Jansen. Good buy there, 7 crores. Harpreet Brar, Vijay Kumar Vishak, Arshdeep Singh, Yuzi Chahal. Good bowling. Batting.
I think good bowling, the batting again. And you see, Maxwell also has not been... You look at a batting unit, any IPL team that does well, you look at one guy and saying that, okay, who's the guy who's going to get 550, 600 runs for you in the tournament? Because that's what you need. You need one guy who's really going to get a lot of runs for you. Or if you're very lucky to have two guys who get 450, 500, 550 runs.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at that and saying that means either Maxwell needs to have I don't see Prabhsimran doing it. Somebody like Stoinis, Maxwell, they need to have outstanding years. Shreyas Iyer needs to have a really good year. Shreyas has to be the cornerstone of that batting.
Can we get the squad back up again? You see, in case Glenn Maxwell doesn't have a good season, or instead any of the foreigners don't have a good season, who can they get in the place? Aaron Hardy with his bowling and batting both.
Azmatullah Umar Zai, one of my favorite players. Yeah. Azmatullah Umar Zai. He's a brilliant player. He bats 3-4 for Afghanistan.
He was 6 for Gujarat last year.
Seam up. Yeah, but he's batting up for Afghanistan and he's scoring runs. He's batting 4-5-4 consistently for Afghanistan. And I'd be perfectly happy to have him batting up there. By the way, a lot of the Afghanistan team is going to be playing here. So that's it, which is always
good. I hope
but
he
I
gets
don't
a chance
mind,
because...
if Maxwell doesn't start off, you can put Azmatullah Umar Zai there.
But the way, when you have an Aussie coach...
council out there, So Maxi's going to get first. He's going to get
there's another
first cab out.
There's another oddity in that side. There's someone who was once retained by RCB, then suddenly moved from being a white ball player to a red ball phenomenon in the Ranji Trophy.
Sarfaraz
made 150. Sarfaraz didn't get picked, but little brother got picked.
Mushir got picked.
Yeah.
But again,
Mushir has got picked. So can you imagine, घर में बड़े भाई माफ करना, लेकिन पैसे मेरे को मिल रहे हैं. Mushir Khan has got picked, and I'm happy for him. There's a lot of promise there, but they've picked a lot of players on promise in this side.
Mushir is also currently injured, but obviously there's a good 6 months for him still to recover, 5 months for him to recover. But again, he was one of the people they were talking about. I mean, in the scouts, in the circuit around, the scouts were talking about Mushir being a prospect.